I'd look it up if I
I
were
gotta
you.
look it up. Is that me? It's a name.
Can I cross my legs?
You can, yeah, here, I can show you what you look like. That's what we got
Okay.
going. So,
Okay.
feel free to gesture.
Okay.
Now, Barb, maybe talk about some of your first works with the theater. How did you get involved?
Okay. Well, I think if I think back to the early 2000s, I was working at Lakeview School with Rory Madsen. And
Oh, really?
he asked me one day, he said, well, Barb, how'd you like to be on the ACT board? And I said, well, yeah, I'd kind of like to do that. What do I have to do? Oh, nothing. He said, you know, they meet probably 3 times a year, and, you know, it's just really fun. And so, anyway, I joined and became an ACT member. Well, it turned out to be a little more than, you know, what
Well,
Rory
he knew what he was
said.
doing. He was hiring good people,
He
right?
was, and yeah, he knew that, you know, once you get into the theater, you get on the board, and then you become involved in just everything that they can throw at you. So I guess I became the secretary quite soon after I joined. And so I've been doing that for probably 12 years now. And then, of course, I got involved in a show. Pat Rasmussen was doing Smokey Joe's Cafe, and being it was an era of time that Neil and I knew the music and had played the music, he asked us to form the band for Smokey Joe's Cafe. So that was my first experience with.
That was a great experience. Too.
It
Wasn't
was
that
great,
super
and the
popular?
songs were one right after another, just popular songs that everyone knew, and the show turned out to be just great.
And that made you think, wow, this is cool.
This is cool. We'll have to do another one, and it wasn't long after we presented Honky Tonk Angels, and that was another one that had music we knew. So that was the next show, and then after that one, it was Stand By Your Man. And then it was always Patsy Cline. So those are the shows that I was involved in as a musical director and really enjoyed doing the music.
Now, this is a real value to this community, isn't it? Is this one of the gems of Albert Lea?
It is. It has become one of the gems of Albert Lea. And I remember going to a meeting. It was actually a city meeting with a lot of people involved with concerns about how we could get more things going on in the theater. And it had just become, you know, just the home of ACT, and that was really all that was happening here. So
There was a bad timeline here where things kind of fell apart.
it was.
Can
It
you
was.
talk about that, where there
Yes.
was that little transition where the city had
Yes.
entered? But, you know, be polite, I guess.
Yes, I can remember the big meeting we had with a lot of different city people, and the questions that arose, and what can we do to make this, you know, really become a hot spot in Albert Lea. And at that time then, it was decided that ACT would take over the management of the theater, and then that's when they hired Neil, my husband, as the manager. And of course, with
You
that,
must be just honored and impressed with your husband with this whole event.
I am honored and impressed with him daily because he's on 24/7, and he's right there for every call and every.
Humble man, too.
Yes, very. Yes, very.
Good
But-
looking, tall,
But we had to
does a good bass part.
overcome a lot of obstacles, and the first one I remember, you know, a really big obstacle was the ticketing system. And we had been working 2 years. We had a representative from WizTix come down, and we talked about it for 2 years, and then finally we got it through. But it was not easy, and
Okay.
it has become a really wonderful thing.
Give me a 90-second sale line about WizTix. How do you use it?
Well, if you're not internet or computer savvy, I guess this is the problem we had with, you know, people who didn't have a computer, and they were just really frustrated, and we took a lot of heat with, oh, how am I going to get my tickets, and how am I going to get my. But for those who use a computer, it was just old hat to them. So it was a huge transition for people to get used to the new ticketing system. So if you're not using a computer, we still offer the Thursday night ticket sales, or you can get tickets bought when you come to the show. So there's also a call center,
Come on over, Neil.
and you will be paying a greater fee for that, but for those that are out of town or even in a different state, they can use the call center 24 hours a day and assure themselves of getting tickets.
But you can go to the web, Act on Broadway,
You can
punch on that, buy tickets.
You can actually find out about the shows. They give a narrative on how the shows, the operas, the Met Live, and those things came later. So we have a lot of things going, which Neil can tell you about.
Yeah, we should just put Neil on. Come on over, Neil. Let's get you on. I got a couple good stories. You're still mics, don't walk away.
Okay.
You can just sit next to each other for comfort. Kind of relax that arm. You don't
Okay,
want to
okay.
See what I mean?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can see
Back
it.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to push this WizTix thing.
Okay.
How easy is it to do WizTix? Can
Well,
you tell me in like 5 steps how to.
In
buy
5
it?
steps. Okay. Anybody that uses the computer, all you have to do is to go to actonbroadway.com. Once you get there to our website, everything is, of course, if you use a computer, you have to read. You have to follow. Usually, anytime I've had a problem with it, I've missed something on the screen that I haven't read properly, or whatever I'm wanting to do, But everything's self-explanatory. Click here for this, click here for that. Find out what's on. Click here to buy tickets. Takes you to all the tickets that are for sale for all the upcoming events.
You want to punch on all of them and buy tickets for everything?
Yeah, that's what we'd like to see, of course. But and it walks you through. You just click on the show you want, or shows, whatever, and then it takes you to the next step. It shows you the seating and your seating charts. Most of all of ours are reserved seating. There are some of ours that aren't reserved seats. They're just general admission. Usually the HD shows and high definition shows are general admission shows. So, but
You print your ticket?
you print it right home on your printer. If you can't print it, if your printer isn't working or you can't use your printer for some reason, you just click Will Call, and then the ladies in the box office go through that every few days, print out all the tickets that are on Will Call, put them back on the shelf. You just come when you're ready to go to the show. You just go up to the window and say, give them your name, Will Call. There they
In
are.
theory, you could use your smartphone.
Oh, yes, you can.
Ticket going.
Yeah, in reality, you can.
Yeah. And then the people are price conscious. It's $1 or $2 for that service? Or
Well,
what?
yeah, well, anytime you buy online, it's the cost of the ticket, original cost. Like if it's a $15 show, you'll pay $16.50 for each ticket that you buy online instead of $15. So it costs you $1.50 for that convenience. You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to get out in the cold. You don't have to get out in the rain. You just sit at your computer and do it, and your tickets are there.
I'm envisioning a video, and then I could show different steps from the.
Sure.
Let's switch gears.
Yeah.
You remember once upon a time, somebody said, you should come up to the theater. Remember that day when you first got involved with?
You know what? I've been involved for so long now. Actually, how I started to get involved is being a musician from town. Of course, we played in a few productions, Smokey Joe's Cafe, Barb and I, and we played in some country shows that our daughter Stephanie performed in. One was called Honky Tonk Angels. One was called Stand By Your Man, the Tammy Wynette story, and Always Patsy Cline. So we did the music for those shows, and I think, that's kind of what got us into it. Wouldn't you say, Barb?
Well, I was already into it by that time.
Okay.
I was secretary. Yeah, I was secretary.
We got her role already done.
Okay.
I'm going to move you
Yeah.
ahead now,
Okay.
but I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, she was secretary.
Well, talk about the 1-2 punch. Let's get the synergy here.
Okay.
What's your involvement now?
Woohoo.
This is obvious.
Yeah,
Captain
yeah,
Obvious.
Yeah.
Or
Well, Barb, of course, is heavily involved with the board. She's secretary, so she does the minutes for them, and she's kind of the go-to person on what happened here and what happened there and how did that go again. Mm-hmm. It's all written down. She's excellent at that because she also keeps good track of me, and she really is. She's what I say. She's she's a good scheduler. She keeps me on task and things like that. And I can get a call any time of the day or night with something concerning the theater. And I do get calls like that.
Is it working?
is what working.
Are you happy with where the
Yes,
theater is at?
yes, I am. I hope they're happy with me. I'm trying to bring in, you know, concerts that please everybody. Besides the theatrical type HD things that we're doing. Besides that, I'm trying to bring live concerts, everything from country to bluegrass to rock and roll to, you know, we've had Celtic music in here, and we've had a couple of, what do I want to say, comedian shows, things like that. So I try to mix it up too for them.
I was saying this is kind of a gem in Albert Lee, but maybe it's more of a gem for this whole part of the state, where a lot of people think, well, if I want to see something fun, I got to go to the Twin Cities.
Yeah, no,
Now, people from Rochester can come to Albert Lee, or Mason City can come to Albert Lee,
exactly.
like this event coming this weekend. But
Yeah.
why don't you talk about those virtues, the things that you do bring?
Well, for instance, this weekend, we have Monroe Crossing coming in, which is an excellent bluegrass group that's been around and received several awards from the state of Minnesota and from, you know, the country. They've performed in New York City, you know, at the Lincoln Center, and what's the other one? Radio City Music Hall. They've been there. I mean, they're really good. They're as good as you can get, bluegrass. Coming right here to Albert Lee for $15.
Is
You
that
know,
in conjunction with the music festival we have in town?
no, it's not. It's completely
It's
different.
coincidental,
It's coincidental, and they come. We don't hire them to come. They rent the venue and come and do it, and then we charge. For rentals like that, the theater charges $3 per ticket. $3 of every ticket of a concert goes to ACT.
Well, that's a good question. You know, people are discovering this vehicle here.
Right.
What do you have to offer?
What do we have to offer?
Yeah, you know,
Well, we have to offer.
Technician question.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to offer here, really. In fact, we've got a wedding coming up. People don't. Everybody doesn't know this, but if it's available, you can rent the theater to have a wedding here, which is kind of nice. And if it's a small wedding, you could, in our green room here, we can handle, I don't know, probably 65, 70 people here. And
Can you do like a wedding on stage? They get up on
that's where it will be. The wedding that's
Really
coming.
fits the theatrical performance
Yeah,
people.
yeah, and I believe the wedding that's coming that's going to be on stage. They're going across the street to the Legion Club, which is just across the street from us, for the yeah. Oh, see there? It's probably something to do with the theater.
Well, let's listen in.
Let's listen in. We'll see what it is.
Should
Okay.
record.
1507276.
Okay, let's see what he says. Hello,
Hey, is this Neil?
this is Neil.
Hey, Neil, it's Greg Blackstead calling you back. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I talked to everybody, and yeah, that's going to be a good date, and so we got it locked in. I'm hoping you got it locked in.
Okay, this is for Everly Brothers, right?
Right?
Yep. Okay, I'm not home now. I'm at the theater, and I don't have my book on me. But can you just run the date past me again? Because I might write it on the calendar up here too.
I think it was August 22nd. Is that a Saturday?
Is it? I'll check later on that. It's my birthday, so I can't forget that. August 22nd. Yeah, I'll be celebrating at the theater. My birthday. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you, and we'll talk about marketing strategies later.
sounds good. Thank you much. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay, that was a gentleman that called me last week, and they offer, they wanted to actually us to hire them, but I told them we couldn't do that. But I gave them the rental, agreement stats and what happens with that and
They
everything.
love that. They go back.
They said that sounds good, so we're going to do it now. And they're one of the really good Everly Brothers tribute groups because that's all they do. They just do Everly Brothers. So if that's what you like, that's going to be coming up, I think, on my birthday, folks, August 22nd this year.
One of the Everly Brothers' kids was playing lead guitar with, who did I just see? From the beach movies. He was at the surf.
Buddy Holly or somebody or
No, Bobby, no, who am I thinking of? Beach Bingo movie.
Beach Bingo. Who?
Oh, forget it.
Whatever.
That's not that.
Anyway,
Well, what else should we talk about? You about
Well-
ready to get me out of here?
well, what is there anything else? Well, now my job is this. I schedule all the entertainment in and around ACT Productions, okay? We also have a Sunday morning church group that rents from us, Hope Church. I'm up here every Sunday to open up for them, lock up for them. I do light cleanup around here. If it gets to be too bad, I hire it done. I schedule the cleaning, schedule the window cleaning, do all that scheduling. And so it really keeps me humping, keeps me busy. So, and it actually takes me away from some of my homework.
From Steve Home.
Doesn't it, honey? Yeah.
Call from Steve Home.
Okay.
Is this okay to record?
Yes, go ahead. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Noticed a call from you here.
Yeah, I was just going to I don't know if it was you or somebody who had painting for you, but we're not going to store paint on them new shelves I put in the back. That's not for paint storage, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So just, as long as you're painting up there, and when you're painting, fine, but when you're done, it's got to go downstairs, okay? All right, how's your finger?
It's fine.
Is it throbbing today?
No, it wasn't even that bad. It was just deep enough that it bled all over.
Okay, well, okay. Oh yeah, nothing real important. I couldn't wait. I just thought I'd put that in your ear, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So you wear a lot of different hats here.
That was, yeah. Or sometimes I just take it off when I can. Anyway, thanks for the mini interview. Appreciate
I
it.
got one more question.
Yeah.
We're talking about 50 years of theater.
Yep.
Okay, here's your vision. What would you like to see for the next 50 years? This
Oh.
theater's role.
Well, I would like to see it continue on like it is, that when I'm done with what I can do here and am no longer able to do it, I hope they find somebody
20
that.
years.
Yeah, right. I hope they find somebody, that has the passion for it, that like I do, that really has the interest, And it's actually one of the nice things that's happened to me in life lately. Of course, this is the best thing ever happened to me, ever will happen, right here.
Okay, I'm
We've-
waiting to break into song.
53 years now. It's going on 54.
What is your song?
What is our song? Oh, what? The Shadow of Your Smile, maybe. That's one of them.
Do you sing it to her?
One of the
smile,
many.
the romantic
Oh, geez, I don't
the
sing
end of
that good anymore.
At the end of the night, maybe you should
Yeah.
throw out a bar.
When everything's dark, oh.
But
Yeah.
the dogs start howling.
Yeah, right.
Let's wrap it up. I got
Sounds good.